Chapter 14, Return to the Capital. Excerpt from the Gilded Tally of Seraphine the Listener, inscribed beneath the third moon's rise. When the road bends back toward power, it does not return you whole. The city waits not as a haven, but a mirror, polished in gold, edged in hunger. What rides behind the wagons is not just coin and crop, but the weight of choices that have not yet spoken. Even sunlight bows at the gates of kings, but shadows walk in smiling. The sun dipped low over the king's road, painting the path in hues of amber and shadow. Hooves struck the earth in rhythm, a sound that echoed through the hills like a heartbeat. The wheels of the caravan groaned under the weight of bundled tobacco, 3 full wagons laden with leaf, purpose, and memory. 50 Estenvale guards rode in tight formation, a living shield of steel around the cargo. Vel Sirin's silhouette shimmered on the horizon, its towers slicing the clouds, its walls aglow with dusk. It looked different now. Not just bigger, but closer. Kael remembered cresting this hill months ago, the city a distant dream behind mist and tension. Now, it felt like something else entirely. A challenge accepted. He shifted in the saddle, feeling the weight of the pendant beneath his shirt and the pull of 100 small risks bound together in leaf and hope. More dangerous, more possible. Kael adjusted his reins from atop his mare, his fingers calloused but sure. Didn't think I ever feel steady on these roads. 50 swords makes a difference. Fergus grinned, voice light. Safer than Brynjar's stories of bandits behind every oak, demanding tolls in teeth. Captain Garrick Junehall, at the head of the column, turned slightly in the saddle. His armor caught the light like a warning. Quiet is never free. It's bought in steel, in blood. These men make danger think twice. Thorn, swamped in a wool cloak over stiff nobleware, tugged at his collar. His voice was low, uncertain. How do I face the princess? Bow? Kneel? Recite a poem? I'm a fish in a tree. Garrick gave him a flat stare. Stand tall, eyes sharp, speak when spoken to, smile when it's safe. Keep your charm leashed. Fergus coughed to hide his laugh. That last part might kill him. Garrick's tone turned dry. For both of you, I'd wager. As they crested the final hill, Vel Serin opened below them. The city thrummed, rooftops like waves, banners fluttering from high towers, smoke curling from dozens of hearths. It looked alive, hungry. The city gates loomed, flanked by sentries in polished plate, their halberds sharp and their eyes sharper. The caravan slowed. Kael lifted the golden sunburst pendant, its enamel shimmer catching the light. Eliana's seal should carry more weight than 50 coin. The guards studied it, then saluted in unison. A heartbeat passed before the gates opened, a long breath where no one moved. Even the horses seemed to wait for permission. Then, like breath released, the road welcomed them in. The gates parted without a word. Inside, Vel Serin bloomed around them. The city swallowed sound and gave it back amplified. Carts creaked, bells rang, vendors sang in a dozen dialects. The scent of spice, horse sweat, ink, oil, and tobacco braided through the air like incense. They rolled past apprentices, mercenaries, messengers, nobles in open carriages, and a boy balancing 6 cages of doves. Passers-by stopped and stared. 50 uniformed guards, carts heavy with aromatic bundles, a noble crest painted on the lead wagon. Kael sat straighter in the saddle, every stare a weight pressing into his shoulders. The city hadn't forgotten them, but it remembered differently now, not as travelers, as players, traders, threats. He kept his face calm, but his pulse ticked faster with every cobblestone. Darren emerged from a side alley as if conjured, his coat dusty and his grin sharper than usual. He swept a mock bow as he stepped into pace beside the cart, arms wide like a street magician revealing his final trick. And lo, the prodigal pack returns, with coin and steel to spare. Didn't expect a parade. You've got the city's tongue wagging. Half the nobles think Estenvale's raising a militia. Kael extended a hand. Then we might as well give them something to talk about. Climb in. Time to earn that fox's name. Darren swung aboard the cart with the ease of someone born between market stalls. Street rat to noble courier? Keep this up, and I'll need a title. The city changed as they passed through copper arches into the noble quarter. The noise dimmed. Cobblestones turned smoother, flatter, cleaner. Streets were lined with flowering trees, and ivory fountains gurgled in shadowed courtyards. Carriages rolled like whispers. Every house had pillars, every window had a watcher. Kael noticed it, the way curtains twitched and eyes followed, silent judgment from behind carved stone and gold-trimmed shutters. The city's powerful didn't shout. They watched, weighed, filed away what they saw. Thorn stared, wide-eyed. This belongs to us now? Fergus's tone was dry, his eyes scanning the perfect streets. Just don't trip on a title. These folks smell blood in new boots. Their villa loomed ahead, modest beside its marble neighbors, but still grand. 3 stories, pillars wrapped in ivy, a gate of black iron stamped with a newly painted crest, the Stag of Estenvale, flanked by vines and flame. Inside, the hall echoed with bootfalls and cartwheels. Servants moved like fish, fast, coordinated, silent. The bundled tobacco, sweet and rich, looked alien against the pale marble floors and velvet runners. Fergus wrinkled his nose. Feels like a barn got stuffed in a temple. Thorn wandered through the atrium, staring up at the vaulted ceiling, past the iron chandelier and painted beams. Where do we even put all this? A servant stepped forward, tall, crisp, professional. My lord, might we use the warehouses by the dock? Thorn blinked. We own warehouses. Thorn's hand drifted to the pommel of his sword, not from threat, but anchoring. The titles, the marble, the hidden rooms, it all moved too fast. Yesterday, he had been uncertain how to bow. Today, a man called him Lord. 7, my lord, all listed under Estenvale's deed, fully stocked and awaiting orders. Kael and Fergus exchanged a glance. The kind of glance you give before a storm, not fearful, but braced. They were in deep now, and there was no backing out clean. Kael's voice came quiet but certain. This just got real. Darren, already scribbling on a scrap of parchment, chuckled. I'll map the holdings. Give me a week, or 10. Depends how many of these walls have hidden vaults. Thorn stepped onto the balcony above the main hall, where sunlight painted the marble golden. His silhouette framed in light, he looked like someone caught between 2 names. The city sprawled beneath them, rooftops glowing like embered coal, the wind tugging faintly at their cloaks. Somewhere beyond the domes and spires, bells rang for evening mass, or morning, or both. Kael's eyes followed the shimmer of canal light, then drifted to the palace walls in the distance. He didn't know what the city would ask of them next, only that it would. Thorn stepped onto the balcony above the main hall, silhouetted in sunlight. What have we stumbled into? Fergus crossed his arms beside Kael. Hopefully something bold and profitable. Kael joined him, hand resting gently on Thorn's shoulder. His voice was steady. We'll figure it out, side by side, like always. Below, a servant rolled up the city's tax roster. Outside, the bells of Velserin rang again. The world had opened, and none of them could look away. They didn't speak again, but they stood side by side, and for now, that was enough.